You probably think the 4th of July is simply America's birthday. Fireworks explode across the sky, families gather for barbecues, and millions of people celebrate the nation's independence. But what if I told you that this holiday is also connected to your smartphone, your smart TV, artificial intelligence, GPS, cloud computing, and even the way billions of people watch the FIFA World Cup today? At first, that sounds impossible. After all, computers didn't exist in 1776. Electricity wasn't powering cities. There were no airplanes, no satellites, no internet, and certainly no streaming services. So, how could a document signed nearly 250 years ago possibly influence the technology that shapes our lives today? The answer begins with one revolutionary idea. When the Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4, 1776, America wasn't the richest nation in the world. It wasn't the strongest military power, and it certainly wasn't the technological leader. In fact, it was a collection of 13 colonies challenging one of the most powerful empires on Earth. The Founding Fathers weren't inventing computers, they were creating something far more valuable, a system built around freedom, private property, entrepreneurship, and the belief that ordinary people could improve their own future. Those principles would eventually become one of history's greatest engines of innovation. The Declaration itself never mentioned science, technology, or invention. Yet it established something that would quietly shape every generation that followed. It rejected the idea that opportunity should belong only to kings, aristocrats, or governments. Instead, it placed extraordinary trust in individuals. If someone had a better idea, they should be free to pursue it. If someone wanted to build a business, invent a machine, or challenge the status quo, they could. That mindset encouraged risk instead of obedience, experimentation instead of tradition, and competition instead of monopoly. Those ideas became fertile ground for technological progress. One of the earliest Americans to embody that spirit was Benjamin Franklin. Most people remember him as one of the founding fathers, but Franklin was also an inventor, scientist, entrepreneur, diplomat, and lifelong problem solver. He never patented many of his inventions because he believed knowledge should benefit society. His experiments with electricity inspired generations of scientists, while his curiosity demonstrated something even more important. In America, intellectual achievement wasn't reserved for a privileged class. Curiosity itself became part of the nation's identity. As the young nation expanded during the 19th century, invention became more than a hobby. It became an economic advantage. The United States created one of the world's strongest patent systems, allowing inventors to legally protect their ideas and profit from their work. Suddenly, innovation wasn't just intellectually rewarding, it was financially rewarding as well. Farmers invented better equipment, engineers designed more efficient machines, entrepreneurs created new industries. Every successful invention encouraged thousands of others to try building something even better. The Industrial Revolution accelerated that transformation. Railroads stretched across the continent, connecting cities that had once been separated by weeks of travel. Telegraph wires carried messages almost instantly across enormous distances. Factories adopted machinery that dramatically increased production. Electricity gradually replaced candles and oil lamps. Every new breakthrough made the next breakthrough easier. Innovation became a chain reaction where each discovery created opportunities for dozens more. America wasn't simply growing. It was learning how to innovate at an unprecedented scale. By the late 19th century, one inventor symbolized this new era more than anyone else: Thomas Edison. While many people remember him for the light bulb, his real achievement was something much larger. Edison built entire systems around his inventions: electric power stations, distribution networks, research laboratories, teams of engineers working together to solve complex problems. He helped transform invention from the work of isolated individuals into organized industrial research. That model would later become the blueprint for countless technology companies. The 20th century pushed that idea even further. America wasn't satisfied with inventing individual products anymore. It began creating entire industries. Automobiles revolutionized transportation. Airplanes connected continents. Radio transformed communication. TV entered millions of homes. Companies invested enormous amounts of money into research and development because they knew the next breakthrough could redefine an entire market. Innovation became one of America's most valuable exports. Perhaps no organization represented this better than Bell Labs. While its name isn't as famous today as Apple or Google, Bell Labs produced an astonishing number of discoveries that shaped modern civilization. Scientists there helped develop the transistor, the laser, information theory, satellite communications, solar cells, and countless other technologies that quietly power today's digital world. Nearly every smartphone, computer, television, and internet connection owes something to research that began inside those laboratories decades ago. Then came the space race. When President John F. Kennedy challenged America to land a human on the moon, the mission wasn't just about space exploration. It demanded breakthroughs in computing, electronics, telecommunications, materials science, software, navigation, and engineering. NASA became one of history's greatest innovation accelerators. Technologies originally created for astronauts eventually found their way into hospitals, automobiles, aircraft, consumer electronics, and even the devices sitting inside our homes today. The moon landing inspired millions of young Americans to study science and engineering. At the same time, universities like Stanford and MIT were producing some of the brightest minds in the world. Around them, a new kind of economy began to emerge. Instead of building railroads or factories, entrepreneurs started building computer companies. Venture capital firms invested in ambitious ideas that most people considered impossible. That combination of talent, investment, competition, and freedom became known as Silicon Valley, a place that would eventually transform not only America but the entire planet. The personal computer revolution proved that technology no longer belonged only to governments or giant corporations. In garages, dorm rooms, and small offices, entrepreneurs began creating products that ordinary families could use every day. Apple made computers easier to understand. Microsoft brought software into homes and businesses around the world. Intel developed increasingly powerful microprocessors that became the brains of modern computing. Together, these companies helped launch the digital age, making technology more personal, more affordable, and more accessible than ever before. Then came the internet, one of the most important inventions in human history. While its earliest foundations began as government-funded research through ARPANET, American universities, engineers, and private companies rapidly transformed it into something much larger. What started as a small communication network evolved into a global system connecting billions of people. Email replaced letters, websites replaced encyclopedias, online shopping transformed retail, entire industries appeared almost overnight, changing how people learn, work, communicate, and entertain themselves. As internet access expanded, another wave of innovation followed. Google changed how humanity searches for information. Amazon completely reinvented commerce while quietly building one of the largest cloud computing infrastructures ever created. Facebook connected billions of people through social media. Netflix transformed television from scheduled programming into on-demand streaming. YouTube gave anyone with a camera the ability to reach a global audience. None of these companies simply built products, they fundamentally changed human behavior. Today, the technologies we use every single day, from smartphones and artificial intelligence to cloud computing, GPS, and space exploration, are the result of generations of innovation. During the 2026 FIFA World Cup, billions of fans are watching matches through ultra-high-definition streaming, AI-powered cameras, real-time statistics, satellites, cloud infrastructure, and wireless networks that make global live broadcasts feel almost effortless. While brilliant minds from around the world have contributed to these achievements, the United States created a unique environment where freedom, entrepreneurship, private enterprise, and scientific curiosity allowed bold ideas to grow into companies and technologies that changed the world. That is the remarkable legacy of the 4th of July. It was not just the birth of a nation, it was the beginning of a culture of innovation that helped transform America into the world's leading technological power. Every 4th of July, Americans celebrate their independence with family, friends, and fireworks, but the true legacy of that day lives on far beyond the celebration. It lives in every breakthrough, every startup, every invention, and every bold idea that pushes humanity forward. It is a reminder that when people are free to dream, build, and innovate, extraordinary things can happen. If you enjoy discovering the stories behind the technology that shapes our lives, exploring how innovation changes the world, and understanding why the future looks the way it does, be sure to subscribe to Thinking Too Quantum. We explore the ideas, the breakthroughs, and the technologies that continue shaping tomorrow, one story at a time.